Okay, no way to lift that out of the box, even with two of us, so I just broke the side of the boxes down, try to get this out. I lifted this up and slid these wheels on, and I'm going to line up these holes and put a little pin in there to hold the wheels on. Just rock it back and forth, yeah, see? Box it in there. Here's the parts list. There's the parts bag, and of course this is the drag stake, which is the only thing that looks large, but it's not on the parts list. But that's the next step after we get the wheels put on. The system's going to look like that after we get the wheels put on. Just get this drag stake and screw the knob and attach it, as in this picture right here. There's a lock pin and the knob. Knob's going to go to the right of the unit. I'm going to take this drag stake, lift it into the bottom. There's two lengths here. I don't know which way it goes, so I'll put the long one first. This just slides up here and attach this handle. Tighten that up later. There's also a lock pin. Clasp here. And that'll go in here and adjust the height of that little drag stake. Okay, I've got the handlebar extension in place. Got the shifter on the right side, and this bottom of this handlebar is going to attach up in here. I presume that the wires just hang out front. There's a real soft wire over here. The on-off button feels like an air tube, so be careful with the bend. Doesn't say anything about wrapping these under and around, so we're going to attach it right here. As you look at the papers, the cables do come right along the outside here and along the inside of this, but not inside of this hole. For the next step, we have longer A bolts, B bolts, and F bolts, shorter, along with two types of washers and nuts. So we're going to attach the A bolt. So presumably two A bolts and one B bolt into here, no washer. The handle, this big metal blade brace, I suppose that is. A nut and washer on the top that just attaches it, and the two lower bolts are going to attach it into the frame. Two lower A bolts. So B bolts on the top, I can put those on first. Okay, I inserted the two long bolts, a bolt, that blade, jobber, some kind of brace, the handle, a washer, and a nylon nut lock on both sides. That gives it the initial liftability. And I'll lock the other ones in with the next set of bolts. Actually, that goes in the bottom. There we go. Not tightened yet, but they're in place. And as you look up and down, don't chop your leg off. Getting ready to start it for the first time. Here's the air filter. Always got to keep that clean. This back end snaps, goes underneath that little loop and snaps in. Now let's check the oil. Here's the oil. Brand new, it's empty. So we're going to fill up some oil. They supplied with it. Tighten that up in a bit. Here's the grease plug. It comes with grease. I guess it doesn't screw, it just pushes on there. And of course the fuel tank. We've got some nice reminders up front. There's no oil in there. Make sure you put it in. Some little kind of oil, I'm not sure. And 5-year warranty. On the engine, according to the manual, I have the one on the right, bottom 31776. It's got the cage, the air filter cap, the gas tank, and then to the right is the oil input. So that's the engine I have. And for my engine, minimum 87 octane. This is a 31776 engine with no ethanol. If using it, make sure it has a stabilizer. And 20 ounces of SAE 10W30 oil. And that's what they shipped me, 20 ounces. So we're good to go. I'm going to fill that up all the way. What's the chance I can do this without spilling everywhere? I put a cardboard underneath here. Not bad. This holds just under a gallon of gas. Oh, it has to fit underneath the two lips. Put it in and then turn it. Okay, I've got fuel. Okay, here's how we start the engine. I've started it a couple times, but over here there's an on-off switch. We turn it to on. Down here you have the fuel line on switch. You have the speed of the engine on the top from turtle to rabbit, and then you have the choke. Here's the choke here, and here's the speed of the engine. So it's on rabbit, turtle, and choke on, choke off, fuel line on, fuel line off. Okay, so we turn the engine on off button. We turn the gas, the throttle all the way on. We turn the choke all the way on, and we turn the gas on. So gas is on, throttle full, speed full. Turn the choke down. Turn the choke down, and we're going to turn the speed down to turtle. So that's idle speed, low. That's hot. That's not. So we don't have a speed on the handlebars up here. The only thing we have on the handlebars is a go, forward, and a reverse. Or forward and reverse. So if you want to adjust the speed, what they say is put it over to the right on the turtle, just idling or moving around. But when you're ready to till, you need to turn it over here. I have the wheel locks, the axle separated from the wheels. You have to move this manually. Like being able to do over a long distance. If you're doing over a long distance, and you leave those wheels engaged, it takes too long to get there. Time to till the garden this morning. Got the wheels on loose. Finishing the summer garden, getting ready for fall. I got one bed ready to go. The frames aren't the most sturdy, so I can't pick that tiller up over them, so I'm going to take one edge off. I have a smaller tiller, but it just doesn't get down deep enough, so I'm hoping this will get down deep enough. Now I'm trying to figure out, if I go in this direction, then we'll stop this far from the other end. And somehow I have to do that by hand or with the small tiller. Or I take this in backwards and spin it around and pull it that way in reverse. Last time I tilled them, I took all the frames off, and then all the dirt fell to the side, and I had to shovel a bunch of dirt back in, so I'm going to try to avoid it this time. See how it goes. I got to slide the wheels out to lock the pins so it'll turn. So I got a 4x4 and a 2x4. I'm going to put underneath the middle part, raise the wheels off the ground. Now they're easy to change. Line that hole up right there. Locked in place. So now the tiller will engage. Get the wheels locked. That was a snap. I'm going to undo this little bungee I have in the garage. The first try actually will be, can this thing make it up that little dirt ramp? So let's start it up. Choke on, switch on, gas on. Turn the on switch on. Digging really deep. I may have to adjust it. Okay, let's take a look at which way the tines move, forward or reverse. It's really nice. It's nice and soft. It's going to sink in the dirt. It's going to be the new fall garden #1. Let's free those wheels up so we can push it across the lawn. Have it all flattened down, ready for planting. 1 down, 3 to go. Pleased. I think if I come up a row, go over, come down, when I come back up that middle row, if it's narrower than those wheels, it'll be just fine with practice. But at the end I was getting it pretty well. Keep it from tipping. It does what I wanted it to do.